Life can be hard, and we've all faced those moments that seem to stop us dead in our tracks. But what if those moments of difficulty, the bad news, could actually be a springboard for something greater? I'm Cam Garvin, and each week I'll bring you stories of extraordinary resilience and conversations about lives and ideas that are productive. This is the Productive Lives Podcast. Bob Beam was a teapot Christian, only praying when he was in hot water. But eventually the hot water got too hot. Today on Productive Lives, Bob takes us inside 150 days he spent in the hole, solitary confinement, and the book that finally broke into his heart. I just seen a theme here, like seeds were planted with the Bible study here and the Beams and others and Billy Graham. And then you get to prison. Tell us about prison life, if you don't mind. And
okay, well,
how
so
did that kind of preserve you in there?
Yeah, let me give you a little backup story. Okay, so Christ was depositing people in my life.
I like that.
Depositing people in my life the whole time. He had me work with this gentleman named Clifford Wilt. And Clifford Wilt was in his 80s at the time. And this was back in the early 90s.
Okay.
And he went through the depression. And every once in a while, he'd call me up and say, I have something for you. I need your help. I need you to come clean out this or do that. And he always would pray for me, but he wasn't offensive. He wasn't judgmental. What I would say would be a real example of Christ walking. So
Another deposit.
So he died. His wife died first, and then he died. And we had to go clean out his house. And it was just kind of crazy. Like, that's when I was like, yeah, God, huh? Really? And I was kind of angry at him. And then I went to prison because I was an animal. I was a monster. And I needed to go to prison. But even in prison, God was there. Like, God kind of had his hand on me the whole entire time, because regardless of where I went or what I did, I kept getting people deposited in my life that were actual real believers. And I've seen so many fakes and so many cons and hustles and people that they talk Christianese.
Yeah.
But they're not real Christians. They've fooled themselves.
And when you see someone like you, just disappoints you. Then when you see a genuine one, you're like, that's it.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. I've come to realize that we all have a baloney meter.
Is that a polite word for saying you baloney?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I like that. This is true.
So when someone starts to talk, you can normally tell by your baloney meter that whether they're real or fake.
Yeah.
And it may not be the first time they talk, because there are some really good imitations.
Yes, some really good baloney.
Yeah. So like, you just listen for a while. Like we all do. We all listen for a while, and then we always pick and choose what we want to believe and what we don't want to believe.
In prison, who were the guys that were deposited in your life? Just
random people
inmates?
That were doing, inmates that were doing life in prison or double life or triple life and never getting out. And when I seen that God had been involved in their life and allowed them to change, I made parole in 2008. However, I was a wicked man, and I was going to go out with a bang because I was tired of society, tired of life, tired of people, tired of the judicial system, tired of everything. So I had this plan formulated that I didn't tell anyone about. And a guard lied, and the prison believed him. So I got 150 days in the RHU.
Which is the
The
whole
restricted housing unit. Yeah, it's the whole.
How many days?
150.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. So they kept saying, if you just confess and tell us you did this, we'll let you out of the hole. And I said, but I didn't do any of it. I didn't. And so I was like really angry. So jumping ahead a little bit, they used to give you a book a week. So while I was in prison, I actually learned how to read. So I used to get books that were not Christian.
Sure.
And the one day I asked for this author that I was reading, and I got a book written by Charles Stanley about forgiveness. And I was like, yo, this is so stupid. I threw the book on the desk and waited 3 days. And I cried out to God, either change my heart or leave me alone, because I'm done with everything. And a couple of days later, I realized I had gotten an argument with someone down the bottom tier, and I was kicking the door, pow, pow, pow. And then it dawned on me, why am I doing that? Like, why am I acting a fool?
Yeah.
And then that's when, like, the next day I picked up the book and started reading it, and I was like, wow, I never tried to forgive all the people in the foster homes, the people that abused me, the people that hurt me, everybody. Like, my mom and dad, like, never asked for forgiveness. I always said, oh, I'm sorry. Like, sorry was a whitewash.
Get out of
it. He was going to get out of jail free card. And then I started, as I was reading the book, I started realizing that Christ was real. And that's when he changed my heart. He actually answered my prayer.
In prison.
In prison.
A book from Charles Stanley.
Yeah. And
in the hole.
In the hole. I was
you were all alone. Yeah. For 100.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know, the hole is a place where society's undesirables are, while they're in prison, away from society, that you're so undesirable that they want to remove you from those undesirables.
And there's a deposit of a book on forgiveness.
On a book about forgiveness.
Which is probably
the least, like, the possibility to roll the dice on that and hit the numbers. Dude, you would have been a trillionaire.
So you're still in. So that's when you really feel like you've changed your life, and
that's when my life got changed. That's when I was in the hole.
Wow, I'm at the bottom of really.
Yeah,
you can't go any lower.
I couldn't. I lost parole, lost everything, lost everything. So my plans were thwarted, and I was angry. And then I realized that God had something different for me.
When did you get out?
Oh, hold on, it gets better.
That's great. A guard's lie and 150 days in isolation seemed like the end of the road. But in the darkness of the hole, a deposit was made that changed Bob's life forever. Join us for the conclusion next time. Thank you for listening to the Productive Lives podcast. You can expect new episodes every Monday. And if you like the show, please subscribe and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. This helps others like you find the show. The Productive Lives podcast is supported by Productive Lives, where our mission is people serving people, and our vision is to motivate people to improve their lives and the lives of others through servant living and leadership. If you want to live a productive life and help improve the lives of others, visit our website for more information, productivelives.org. The Productive Lives podcast is produced by Studio D Podcast Production and hosted by me, Cam Garvin. I'll see you next week for more stories of resilience and conversations about lives and ideas that are productive.